it's every single day that you step out of your house, somebody's going to look at you funny. I remember people telling my parents that I didn't deserve to live. I've had cerebral palsy in my own life. I was born with it. I became aware that I had a disability when I was 25 years old. The first few years of my life, I probably didn't even realize I was different from anybody else because I was being raised in a household where I was being treated like everybody else anyway. And so in my mind, I was just one of the many kids that was in the house. But by the time I was hitting the age of 5 and starting primary school, my parents started to ask questions like, why can't you walk, or why can't you stand? And I think that was when it really began to kind of dawn that it's like I'm a little bit different from everybody else. In preschool, nobody really cares. My preschool classmates just thought it was, I think they thought I was joking, so they would just pull me out of my chair and say, let's go. We would all fall, we would all laugh, and we'll all get up and go again. And because of them, I actually did learn to move in my own way. While it may not be called, quote unquote, walking properly, I actually did learn to walk because of my preschool classmates. So by the time I was in primary school, though, children were a bit more vocal, and so there was a lot more questions around why don't you walk normally and why are your legs like that. So I think that was when the realization that yeah, maybe I am a little different from everybody began to dawn. We live in Africa. Discrimination and stigmatization is part of our stock in trade. Anything that we don't understand, we will stigmatize. It's just the way that we are.
Do you have anyone that sticks to memory?
How many do you want?
Maybe one that.
I mean, I don't know where to start. There's so many. It's every single day that you step out of your house, somebody's going to look at you funny. I remember people telling my parents that I didn't deserve to live. People told my parents that it would be a wise decision for them to euthanize me, which is basically medical mercy killing when I was a baby. As I grew older, I constantly had to defend my right to exist in spaces. I remember going to university and taking a university entrance exam, and I remember being told at the entrance exam that university was not made for people like me, so it would be a smart idea for me not to come. It's pretty much every day. You kind of mentally prepare yourself every day for discrimination and stigma and stupid assumptions to hit you. In my neighborhood, it just comes with the territory or the environment that we live in. That was an environment where the law compels you to treat people with dignity, so they did. My accommodation was accessible, the environment is accessible, public transport is accessible, school was accessible, and fun. The lecturers actually went out of their way to make sure that I had everything that I needed to be able to function. Well, in 2016, I was on the Mandela Washington Fellowship for Young African Leaders, and as with everything that the US government sponsors, they're very big on doing publicity and making real noise about it. So one of the things that they did was something called a Fellow Impact Story, where they did something similar to this interview and posted like an excerpt, an excerpt of it on social media. And for some weird reason that all of us will never understand till today, that excerpt went viral. Then I checked my inbox, and my inboxes were overflowing. Wherever, Facebook, Instagram, to everybody, like I was getting messages everywhere, and there was a common thread to all the messages, and it was the question was, how did you go to school, or where did you go to school? And I didn't understand the question because I figured, You say you get those school money. I don't get. Find a school in your neighborhood, take your child there. You pay for pay school fees. Move on. Right. Stand out, you put your child to school. Until one of the people in my inbox said, I'm sorry that I'm sorry to barge in, but I'm asking because I've been to 5 schools and they've all rejected my son. So I was able to help this parent, find schools. So I went back to my supervisor and I said, yeah, I mean, we did one. And she was like, pick another one and do it. And she's like, that's how you make a difference. You don't think about the magnitude of the problem. You make a difference one person at a time. And so I took that advice, and it was on the back of that advice that what is now today, the letter of the Foundation started. Funding is always a challenge. It's always an issue to raise sufficient funds because there's just always so many needs. Poverty, disability is both a cause and an effect of poverty. So we deal with a lot of low-income backgrounds, people from low-income backgrounds where just the cost of managing CP can be very prohibitive for them. From the therapies to the medications, it can just be a lot.
What does it mean to you personally?
So me, it just means that my life is interesting and expensive.